Hey guys, so today I will be talking about something that was really confusing me, but when I found out the right answer, I realized that it's really so simple. So today I will be talking about the skill ups, how it works, and where you should spend your Devilmons. Also, I will be talking about the accuracy and the resistance and how they affect each skill with harmful effect and beneficial effect. Okay, so let's start and talk about the skill ups, and let's take, for example, Ifrit and as an example. Here, if you look at the skills, you will see that Ifrit has 50% chance to activate a dot on the enemy. Okay, and in the skill ups, you will find that this rate can be increased by 10% at level 3 and can be also increased by 15% at level 6. But the question here, do I add those 25% to the 50%, which makes my Ifrit has 75% chance of activating this harmful effect, or should I just take the 25% and multiply them by the 50%, and then I have a total of around 62.5%, which makes Ifrit have the total chance of 62 or 63 chance to activate this debuff. If this skill has a beneficial effect, then all the rates that you have from the skill ups are multiplicative, which means you will multiply them and then add them to the total. Okay, but in case the skill has an harmful effect, just like Veramos here, for example, you just take the 25% and add them so simply to the 50%, which makes Ifrit has a 75% chance to activate this the debuff, like this harmful effect, on each hit. Okay, so let me take another example, which is also so easy. Here, for example, Amon, he strikes and provokes the enemy for one turn with a 50% chance. Okay, if we count the skill ups, we have 5 plus 5, that's 10, plus 10, that's 20, plus 15, that's 35%. So you can get him more 35% to increase his harmful effect rate of activating this skill on each turn. So here you will just simply take the 35% and add them to the 50%, which makes Ahmed has 85% chance of provoking enemy on each turn. For sure, we are not talking about the accuracy and resistance at this point, but we are just talking about the activation phase where Amin can activate this harmful effect on each hit. And for sure, I will be explaining this with more details when I start talking about the accuracy and resistance. Okay, now let's take another case where the effect, like the skill has a beneficial effect. Okay, fill the attack bar of the allies by 30% and recover the HP by 30%. If we look at the skill ups here, we will find that at level 2 and level 3, Bella gains 10%, more 10% on the recovery rate. So will I just take the 20% here and add them to the 30%? For sure not, because Bella will never heal with 50%, will never heal the HP of the allies with 50%. But here, since it's a beneficial effect, you will just take those 20% if she is maxed, not maxed, like if she has skill up on level 2 and skill up on level 3 for sure, and then you will just multiply this by the 30%. Okay, and then 20% of the 30% is 6%. So you will just take those 6% and add them to the 30%, which makes Bella heal with 36% of the HP of the allies. Okay, this works on every beneficial effect. Also the harmful effect, it works on every harmful effect. Okay, now you know how those how to apply the masses of the skill ups. So if you ask me, where should you spend your Devilmon? Should I spend them on the 5-star or should I spend them on the 4-star? Or I have 2 or 3 5-stars, where should I spend them? I can be telling you where do you spend them. You should be you should know where to spend them. In my case, for example, I will give you myself as an example. My team relays on dots. If you watched my TOA videos, you will find that all of my team is relaying on dots. I don't have any damage. So if you check here, for example, I have this skill that has the continuous damage. I just maxed it for the cooltime of the skill. Here, for example, I want to have the turbulence with one less turn cooldown, but that's 4 devil moons, and for sure I don't have, like, I can't be wasting 4 devil moons just to have this, and still it can pop up here just like this. While trying to max the third skill for me, 2 of the devil moons came here. Okay, which really I know how it's so hard to get devil moons. So for example, for me, in this case of Barretta, I just fused some other sylphs, and luckily I got the third skill maxed before I get any pop-ups here. Okay, on the 3 stars for sure you will never need to use any devil moons. So if the 5 star here, for example, I have my Ifrit first skill not maxed, like I got this maxed here, it will add 15% to my rate. So for sure I will be maxing this because my team needs the dot. For you, if you have damage, then find your monster. You know where to spend your devil moon. You know now how it works, and you know what you need the most. Do you need the damage, or do you need a harmful effect, and which harmful effect you need the most? And this is how it will work with you. Same here. For example, I will just take the case of Bella. I know it's 3 star, but for example, some monsters, if they are 5 stars, they need a recovery effect. If it's the only healer in your team, and you really need the heal, spent on the healer. If you need the harmful effect, spent on this. Okay? So now, for sure, if you want any help, if you can choose between few monsters you got and you wanna know where to spend your devil moons, feel free to ask me, and for sure I will help you. But it's still, I will pick my answer, and I will tell you my answer according to your needs, according to your account, according to your objective, what you want to do, and how you will achieve this. Okay, now let's see why sometimes you have 100% accuracy on your monsters and you still not landing your debuff. If we check Varmus again, so if we see 75% chance, 50% from the main skill and 25% from the skill ups, which makes the total 75%. The 75% here is not landing the debuff, it's activating the debuff on the normal hit. Okay, and if you say landing, it's wrong. It's not landing, it's activating the debuff. Okay, I will just give you a simple example where you can relate to it in your real life. If you are fighting someone and you have a gun in your pocket, and you are one of the best aimers in the world, and you don't use your gun, you will never shoot the guy with the gun because simply you didn't take the gun out of your pocket and use it. And here it's the same situation. Ifrit is me and you, and the continuous damage here is the gun. The 50% chance or the 75% chance when she's maxed, it's the percentage of taking the gun out of my pocket and using it. Okay, once I take the gun out of my pocket and start using it, here comes the accuracy and resistance effect, where I am really the best aimer in the world, and I aim the right target or not. And if I aim the right target, will the target not move and just take the bullet without moving, or he will try to resist and run? Okay, so here you have to really differentiate between activating and landing. So this rate is the rate of activation. Now let's move and take let's for example move to Bella, because she has 100% rate of activating the debuff. Attack with giant claws to decrease the enemy defense for 2 turns, which means Bella will always use the gun on each turn. Bella will always take the defense debuff with her on each turn. Whether she landed or the target resists, it's an accuracy and resistance issue. Okay, but here Bella is activating the gun on each turn. So now let's talk, if we take the example of Bella, because it's 100% chance of activation, let's see how the accuracy and resistance affect this. There is 2 situations. whether the resistance is higher than the accuracy. So this example is here. For example, my burner is 6 accuracy and my Bryant is 68% resistance, or the accuracy is higher than the resistance. Now let's take the first case where the resistance is higher than the accuracy. If you see here, Bryant has 68% resistance and Bryant has only 6 accuracy. It's so simple. When the resistance is higher than the accuracy, you just make resistance minus accuracy. So in this case, we will take, let's say Bernard is attacking Bryant. Bryant has 68% resistance, which is higher than the 6. So you will make 68 minus 6 accuracy, which makes this like the resistance of Bernard 62%, which means that Bernard will resist 62% of the time when Bryant will resist 62% of the time when he is attacked by Bernard. Okay, if he is attacked by let's say Shannon, for example, Shannon has 50% accuracy. So if Shannon attacks Bernard and she wants to land a debuff on him, we make 68 resistance of Bryant minus 50% accuracy of Shannon, which makes the resistance of Bryant now 18%, which means Bryant will resist 18% of the time when Shannon attacks him. Now let's move on to the other case where the accuracy is higher than the resistance. For example here, my Beretta has 86% accuracy. If he attacks Vermos, which has 15% accuracy, if the accuracy is higher or equal to the resistance, the target will have always 85% success rate. Okay, so my Beretta, if my Beretta's accuracy is higher than any other monster, he will always have 85% success rate of landing his debuff. Why 85%? Simply because if you check here, for example, let's take a 2-star monster and check his resistance, he has 15% resistance. Okay, if we check a 3-star, 4-star monster or 3-star monster, 15% resistance. Even the 5 stars, without anything, they have 15% resistance. So if accuracy is higher, you always have 85% success rate. So if Beretta, for example, attacks Vermos has less resistance, so Beretta will always have 85%. If my Amen has 3% accuracy here, for example. So if he attacks Vermos, it's the other situation where the resistance is higher than the accuracy. So we will make 50 minus 3. So that's 12%. So Vermos will resist 12% of the time. Okay. Let's not forget something, that if you land a glancing hit, the activation phase, which is, for example, here, is skipped. If you land a glancing hit because you are attacking a counter element, or you have the glancing hit debuff on yourself, the activation phase is skipped. You don't apply already, like you don't take the gun out of your pocket. So there is no chance already to resist or not. Okay. Now let's see another case where, for example, Thessarian. Let's take Thessarian. Here, if the attacker has 3 or 2 turns or whatever of landing the debuff, if you check Thessarian here, attacks the enemy 3 times with magic and weakens the defense for 2 turns with a 30% chance for each attack. That doesn't make Vermos has 90% chance of landing this debuff, but it's only 30% chance of landing the debuff on each hit, which makes Vermos like it's like giving Vermos 3 turns in one turn. Vermos will just have the first turn and hit one of the triple crush and see if she activates the gun or not. She didn't activate the gun here, so she will just hit the second crush and see with 30% chance still will she take the gun out of her pocket or not? And then she didn't. The triple crush. Will she take the gun out of her pocket or not? Once she takes the gun, here the accuracy and the resistance come and affect this. But if your skill isn't already activated, it won't be affected with anything. Let's take another case of Orochi, for example. Okay? This skill, for example, rapidly through 6 ninja stars, dealing damage and inflicting continuous damage for 1 turn if you get a critical hit. So the activation phase here isn't a percentage, but it's like relying on the critical hits, whether you land a critical hit or not. For me, if you wanna measure this, it's the percentage here is the percentage of the critical hit. Okay, if you have 50% critical hit, it means that this skill has 50% chance of being activated, not landing, just activated. If you have 100% critical rate, it means that you have 100% rate of activation. For sure, we are not talking about the case where Orochi will land glancing hit or won't crit, for example, for Akase's shield or on a counter element. We just take the simple case where Orochi is attacking another element. Let's say he's attacking water and he has no buffs on him, and Orochi has 100% critical rate. So here Orochi will have 100% chance of activating this skill. Whether he lands the dot or not, here comes the accuracy effect. If Orochi has higher accuracy or not, if Orochi has less resistance, less accuracy than the guy he's attacking or not. So we will just apply the same equation again. Orochi activated the skill. He has 100% activation skill because he has 100% critical rate now. So let's see, Orochi has 100% accuracy or not. If Orochi has 100% accuracy, it means that Orochi will always have 85% success rate, because the maximum resistance in the game is 100%. And as I said, if the accuracy is equal or higher to the resistance, the skill has 85% success rate. In case Orochi has 90% critical rate, for example, and anyone he's attacking has 100% resistance, so you will just take 100% resistance minus 90%, which makes the target resist 10% of the time. So if we apply it on the 6 dots, for example, it means that the target will resist 1 dot out of 6, for example. Okay, I guess that's all. There's nothing else I forgot, and all of this I really spent too much time and searched a lot on internet. I asked the support of the game. I checked the site of the game. I did really many researches, and I spent too much time to know those answers. So if you have any questions or if you disagree with anything of what I said, just drop me a comment and we will discuss why you disagree. I'm not saying that I am 100% right or you will always be wrong, but I got this from accurate places. But we will still, I can be wrong. I may get something, I may misunderstand something. So if you have any problem with what I said, just drop me a comment. And please, again, I will tell you, if you dislike my video, just please tell me why. Because I really want to improve myself. I want to improve my videos. I want to make something that pleases you guys. Because I'm already doing those videos for you, not for me. Okay? Those videos aim to entertain you, to give you the knowledge I know in my game. So just tell me in a small comment, I disagree with you with, in this point, I didn't like this part of the video. Just tell me anything and suggest for me, and for sure I will take your suggestions and work on them and make better things that pleases you next time. Okay, in my next video, that will be in 48 hours from now exactly, I will be talking about the buffs and debuffs and how they work, and how much does each buff give. For example, the speed buff, how much does it give to my team? Does it apply on the total or on the base speed? Same as well as the buildings. I will be talking about the buildings of the Glory Shop, if they work on the total speed or the base speed. I will also talk about the leader skills. So like, I guess I am done for now. I would really like to thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe to get my new videos. And I really wish that the videos help you. Good luck, and until the next video.